What's going on, y'all? I'm Czar, and welcome back to my channel. So do we really need another SSL channel strip plugin? Waves think so. So in this video, we're going to talk about the new Waves SSL EV2. Waves say that they've completely redesigned this from the ground up, new modeling technology, as well as some new features. This product brings a lot of questions for me, but we'll get into that at the end of the video. Let's take a look at the new SSL EV2. So this is the SSL EV2. I'm going to go over the new features and then we'll take a listen to how this sounds. I'm not going to cover everything here because, we all know an SSL channel strip, right? 4-band EQ, compression, gate, filters, yeah. All right, so new features here. Again, this was built from the ground up, totally remodeled here. And go over here to the right, we've got a standard to reverse stereo, extra wide filter, which is going to remove 200 hertz in stereo. These are features that you get when you're in stereo, but these are features that were brought over from CLA Mix Hub. So we have the same controls here on the master section in CLA Mix Hub. And speaking of CLA Mix Hub, on the EV2, we now have a preamp section, mic pre line, and that as well is on CLA Mix Hub. So I don't know, Wave says this is a new feature, but they've already done it in CLA Mix Hub, unless they just referring to new in the SSL bundle. So outside of that, the most significant new feature here to me is the ability to switch between the black and brown EQs, which is going to just give you different flavors in the low frequency. And we also have a solo button now that's borrowed from CLA Mix Hub as well, where you can solo your EQ, which is really nice for finding problem frequencies. All right, let's get into how this sounds. I've got a vocal and a guitar here from Larissa J. And I've got, on the compressor, I'm doing a 3-to-1 ratio, a 300 millisecond release. Filters, I've got a 100 hertz high pass filter. On the EQ section, I'm boosting 3 dB at 8K, cutting 2 dB at 500 hertz, and cutting 3 dB at 200 hertz switch to Bell. And we're going to switch this between the black and brown knobs. But let's start with this bypass, and then we'll bring in the EV2.
Yesterday, country road. Yesterday, country roads take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia. Yesterday, country roads take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia.
All right, so I'm definitely hearing a difference when I'm switching between the brown and black. The brown seems to have more color to it, even though I am cutting 3 dB down there in the low mids. Let's take a look at the preamp section now. I'm going to bring up the mic, which is going to bring in some harmonic distortion, and then we'll also do the line as well. And having this analog in is going to add harmonic distortion as well. If you want your sound cleaner, we can just bypass the harmonic distortion there.
Yesterday, country roads take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia.
So I really love having the option to take the mic or line and drive some harmonic distortion into the signal. Just a really quick way to color your tracks without having to use a separate saturation plug-in. All right, I'm going to bring up the SSL E channel and just want to compare these here. The first thing that you will notice is that the EV2 has a bigger user interface that I really like, and the E channel, I've got the same settings here. We're going to compare these two. I'm not going to compare the Mix Hub or any other SSL channel strips right now. I'm going to do that in a separate video. But if this is a update to the E channel, I do want to compare it to that. So this is with the E channel.
Yesterday, country roads take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia.
And this is the EV2.
Yesterday, country roads take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia.
All right, so y'all let me know in the comments what you think. In my opinion, I think the EV2 does sound smoother and has a little more detail. So I definitely hear a difference between the two, where I feel that the EV2 does sound a little improved over the E channel here. All right, so the final thoughts on the EV2. Now, so I said at the beginning of the video, I had some questions, so let's address those here. So this EV2, I'm assuming this stands, the E is for E channel and then V2 is for version 2. But if this is a version 2, as of right now, Waves is still selling the original E channel. So if this is going to replace it, I'm curious, why is it still being sold unless they're just going to sell them both together? And, with that being the case, I don't know why you would want the E channel, and so that's odd to me. Another question: so if this is the EV2, are we going to get a GV2? And what about the SSL bus comp? Is that going to get redone as well? I would have liked to see Waves just do a whole bundle and come out with a new whole bundle instead of doing it individually, unless, I don't know, something may have been holding up the G2, but we can only assume that we're going to get a G channel as well sometime in the future. And I don't know, who knows, maybe even a J channel as well. More thoughts. So I really think that this sounds really good. I'm impressed with the sound. But my initial impressions is that I don't know why I would want to choose this if I already have Mix Hub, for a few reasons here. The only reason I can see myself really going with the EV2 is if you really want that brown and black knob option. Besides that, everything else you get here is available in Mix Hub. And what I really like about Mix Hub is that you can reorder your signal flow here, as well as insert other Waves plugins. Whereas, on the EV2, as well as the E channel, I really don't like how Waves has done the routing on here. It's just really weird and just not user friendly to me. This channel out, split. So by default, let's click all of these out. So by default, this has, in my opinion, a really weird signal routing, which it goes dynamics, filters, and then EQ. I would prefer filters, EQ, and then dynamics. And to set it up like that, you have to select channel out and split, which is the same way I have here, split and channel out. And if you don't remember to do that each time, you could be using this with the signal flow just not in the order that you want it to. Studio One does have a feature where you can store as a default preset. So that's what I've already done and on the E channel and G channel as well, I've selected my routing and then go to store its default preset. So every time I open the plugin, it's going to open up to those settings. So I don't have to worry about that. But I don't know. It's just it's the weirdest way I've seen to change the signal flow of an SSL channel strip. Everyone else just has more user-friendly ways of doing it. But yeah, besides that, I don't know why I would want this EV2 over the mix hub unless you just really value the brown knob EQ. Okay, let's talk pricing. So the intro price is $39. If you purchased SSL E channel or G channel prior to November 15th, 2021, then you can actually get this at $29. If you have the Studio Bundle or SSL Bundle that is covered by the latest Waves update plan, which is version 13, then you can get a free copy of EV2. I'll have videos following this covering an overview of the EV2 E-channel as well as MixHub, and I'll have another video where I'm comparing the EV2 to other channel strips on the market because there's a lot of heavy competition there. And I'll have a link in the description if you want to learn more and check this out. If you appreciate this video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. If you want to see more content from me, then you know what to do. All right, any questions, comments, let me know, and I'll catch y'all next time. If you're interested in having me mix your song and my mastering engineer D. Lyles master it, check my link tree in this video description. From there, you can email me, you can visit my website, and check out mixes that I've done.